Hey guys, it's Melly and I'm back today. I actually tried to film this video the other day, but it didn't turn out so good because my kids were home and there was a lot of noise in the background. This is gonna, I did promise you guys in a review that I did 2 days ago that I would have my Kat Von D collection up this week. It would be Kat Von D collection video. So this video now is going to be on my eyeshadows. My entire Kat Von D collection eyeshadow. Out of everything that I own of hers, I mainly own her eyeshadows and her lipsticks and her liquid lipsticks. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Christmas palettes. This is by far my favorite Christmas palette. I own 2 of them, but this is by far my favorite one out of all of them. Just because of the colors in this palette. This looks like a wheel, and if you went to art school or have any degree in art background, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This looks like your basic color wheel that you would have used in school for painting and for getting different paint samples. My favorite is generally the purple here. I love this section, but I also wish that Kat Von D would do an entire nudes palette from the nudes in the middle. I know she has the Shade and Light palette and the Monarch palette, but I would love her to do an all matte nudes, completely brown natural nudes palette. Very much like she has done here in the middle. I really love this palette because of the color range in it. It's so pretty, and I just, if you have this palette, just use it as much as you can, because Mi Vida Loca is just the range in this palette is just amazing, and I love her metallics. You have metallics and mattes in here, all in different colors, and it's very hard to find a colorful matte. Like, mattes can be colorful but not as intense pigment as this palette right here is. So I just love this entire palette. This is the Christmas palette from 2014. As usual, as you can see from all of my eyeshadow palettes, you will notice this. Her main thing is color. She can do intense, deep, rich pigment color, very much like the blues, her orange, copper range, and then she can go totally nude. I mean, this has a lot of options here. The only bad thing is, as I said, it's huge. It's a huge palette. And also the names are on this plastic sheet and not on a different sheet. Of course, you can rip this off and take the plastic off, but that's still, like, I always seem to lose these sheets. If they fall on the floor, I will not put them back in my palettes because I feel like there's germs on them, so I don't ever put them back in my palettes. But otherwise, I do like this for that it's really skinny on the side when it's closed. It's super skinny, but it's super big and bulky and huge, and it does take up room. This is one of the biggest palettes I own. One. Palette I'm going to talk about is the Shade and Light Eye palette. I love this palette. Can you tell? I love this palette. Kat Von D does coppers and browns. She does red tone browns, in my opinion. I always like to call them red tone. I don't feel like it's a true deep brown. Except for this one, and no, that one even, you can just look at it and see it's got red in it. This one right here, it's totally a red brown. I love this palette because of the color range. You have your neutrals, you have your cooler tone neutrals, and then you have your nice red tone copper neutrals right here. I never find that any of her shadows are the same. They're always, they can look the same in the pan, but they're always a tad different than what's in the pan, especially when you swatch them or apply them on your eyes. Palette I have is the Monarch palette, and you're gonna look at this and you're gonna say, oh, that's exactly like the Shade and Light palette, except it has metallics in it. No. These totally swatch different than the Shade and Light palette. And as you can see, it's a similar color tone range, but it's not exactly the same tone. I love this section right here. This is just my favorite section. But the silver is, oh, that's amazing. She does silvers metallic silver so bloody well. I just love them. They're so vibrant. They got like, it's almost like there's a hint of blue in them, but not really. Like, you can't really notice it. You look at it and you're like, oh, that's silver. And then when you sort of semi look at it, it's almost dual tone with the blue. It's really pretty. This one is like a pink champagne-y silver on top here, and I love them all. This one has slight glitter in it, which you can't really see unless you look up close to it, but this palette is just amazing. It's by far one of my favorites, and as you can see, I've used it many times. The same of this palette, this is her purples and her smokes. Now, if you have these palettes, you definitely do not need her new quads that are out. But if you don't own these palettes, or if you like mattes and you want a matte version of these palettes, I would definitely buy the new quads. I have a lot of her palettes because I'm a Kat Von D addict. But this is her blues, her, again, silvers, and then it's sort of like her smokes, her neutrals, and her purples right there. So this is such a pretty palette. I really love this color palettes. Once again, the thing about this, I bought it because it's Kat Von D, but when I first saw it, I'm like, that looks a lot like the Chrysalis palette. They do swatch differently. There's a different tone range in them, but it's still very similar to the Chrysalis palette. The only difference is that she does offer, like I said, the color and when you swatch them are different. Is that she offers more purples in this, and she offers this lilac. I love her lilacs. She does lilac. This one is a metallic one, but there is a matte lilac in her 2015 Christmas palette. She does lilac colors. So beautiful. I actually wish she had taken this range of purples right here, these 3 colors, and put them as mattes in her plum quad that just came out. The one thing I do want to mention that I forgot to mention in the review is that this is how far these quads go back. That doesn't bother me. I actually really like that. I think that's very nice that it does that. But some people would like it to lean back farther. Me, it doesn't bother at all. This is her smokes palette. And originally, I was like, I have a lot of Kat Von D. I'm not going to buy the smokes and the sage palette. But then I saw the sage palette, and I was like, I need them all in my life. I just do. But anyways, this is her smokes palette. This is really pretty. All of these mattes are creamy, soft, and smooth, and very blendable. I just love these new quads, and they're very travel size friendly. Some people believe they're too bulky. I don't think so. I really believe these are very travel size friendly, and I'll show you why in a minute. And this is her plum. The only thing about the plum one is I feel like when you swatch these two next to each other, it's the exact same color. To get this one to actually show up this color, you have to add a little bit more eyeshadow onto your eyes, and that annoys me because that's unusual for Kat Von D. That is not normal for Kat Von D, in my opinion. Of the makeup range of the taste I've had of her products, that's not normal. But anyways, these are the same, creamy, smooth, soft. She does mattes. Oh my god, Kat Von D is like one of my favorite people to do mattes. She does them so amazingly well. This is her Rust palette, and this is by far my favorite. My second fave would be the Sage palette. I love this palette. The only reason Sage is my second fave is because I wish this one right here, this shade, which is the contour shade, I wish that was a little bit more olive tone instead of, it leans more towards the brown side instead of the green side. I wish it was more olive tone. Here is Ladybird, which is an oldie but a goodie. This is an all matte palette. I really love this. I wish she had really took this and took some of the colors out of here too, because this is really well done. It's one of my favorites. This one is no longer available. And the reason I'm trying to rush through these is so this video is not so long, you guys. Here is one, this copper. I love this palette for 3 colors in here. These first 3 colors right here are just bloody amazing. And then this color right here, she does whites, like creamy, pigmented whites so well. This is the Poetic palette. It's just so pretty. I just can't say enough. They're so creamy, smooth, and easy to use and blendable. This is her Saints palette. I love this, except it has one matte in it. The rest are all metallic or shimmer in some form or version, and I wish there had been more mattes in this. This would have been a nice palette for her to reproduce because of the shade range in it. I just love this. And if, in case you're wondering, these originally were $36. Her new ones are $26. These are $26. And then these palettes generally range from, they were originally $46 to now they're $49, which is, you gotta expect. Everybody's jumping up in price lately in the makeup world, so you gotta expect that. This is Beethoven. This is one of the earliest palettes I own by her. This actually, I think, was before, this type of packaging was before these, from what I've seen on YouTube. This is not her earliest product by any means, but these are some of her earliest packaging. I really love her purples here, and then here's her smokes. Once again, she's repeating herself. She does that a lot. But as I said, if you swatch these colors side by side, not one single color will be similar to the other. Not one single color would look like a repeat to the other. They'll look very much alike, but they're not the exact same colors, what I'm trying to say. I hope that comes across clearly. This is Beethoven, and these are just, they're just amazing. These are by far some of my favorites, but I do need to depot these and put them in a palette, so I will use them, because I notice I tend to use my palettes more than I do my actual my actual singles. That's what I was trying to say. This is Dose. My friend Liv from Liv Loves Her Makeup actually opened this, and she's linked below in my faves. She actually opened this on her channel, and she was like, holy moly, this is amazing. I was like, yes it is. Now you know why I love Kat Von D so much. This is very pigmented. This does have fallout. These single shadows have hecka fallout, but you can leave this like this and it will give you a nice deep dark rich color, or you can blend it out and it blends out almost to a satin formula, while this is actually metallic, so it does blend out rather nicely. And then here is this is Thrasher, which is a nice dirty yellow. I like to call it dirty yellow gold. This one I had to repress, but this one gives you a duochrome finish. It gives you like a green, yellow finish to it. This is Thunderstruck. It's so pretty, you guys. And then I have Paranoid. I think I pretty much own the entire single eyeshadows collection by her. That's Paranoid. That's a nice sharp metallic blue, you guys. It's such pretty color, I'm telling you. These do swatch so nicely. They do show true to color, and they are super pigmented. This is one of my favorites by her. This is Raw Power, and it's because it's a nice, rich, metallic red. Like, oh, this thing is great in fall. Show you swatch. Look at that. That's, oh, it's just so amazing. Then when you pack it on your eye, oh, Lord, it's heaven. And then this is one of my favorites. It's called Black Number One, but I don't get why it's black, because Black Number One, because it's very much a slate color. It's super pretty, super pigmented, you guys. And then this is one of my faves. This is Iggy. This is a Christmas green. I like to call this the Christmas green, you guys. And then this is Dancing. Oh, I love this purple. It's a dark, beautiful purple. And then I have Electric Warrior, which is a lighter, more yellow tone green. That's pretty, especially when you use it on your eyes with brown. Like, I've used all of these shingle shadows with brown eyeshadow, and they're just bloody amazing. Static Age, which is more of a silvery blue. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but when it swatches, it comes out more blue tones. And it's just like, it's just amazing. Oh, it's just so amazing, so creamy and smooth. And then the final one I have right here is Synergy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I own all of these, but I'm not sure. This one, especially when you blend this out, it gives you a really nice brown satin, almost matte finish, being a metallic shadow. It's just so amazing. They do have fallout, but not as bad as her old palettes, and not as, and a lot more than her new palettes. They're kind of in between, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this eyeshadow collections video. This will be the first of many. I will be doing her foundations, blushes, and bronzers all in one palette, all in one video. And then after that, I will be doing her lipsticks. One video for the liquid, one video for the matte. And then I will tell you, I will finish up with the collections week with a video on my ride or die products from her entire collection. What products that I feel like I must constantly have in my collection that belong to Kat Von D. Although I absolutely 100% love them, there are certain items that I would completely, utterly miss if they were not available to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace, love, makeup. All of my favorite YouTubers are listed below, as well as my social medias. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.